Hello guys, welcome back. Okay, guys, now I did admit I was gonna post maybe once a week, but it's just I decided my channel is gonna be an everything channel. So today I'm going to be doing a reaction video, and this isn't my first one, so I might be kind of experienced, but hey, you never know. A dude can screw up anytime, but this time I'm gonna be reacting to the Grownish Season 4B promo. Now, I have another video on one of my other channels about my talk about Grownish. Now, the thing is, it's not the best updated, so this is also going to be reaction and an updated version to where we are in Season 4. As you know, the part of the season that's coming out is Season 4B, which means 4A has already came out. So after this video, I'm going to be reviewing how Season 4A is going and what to expect. Now, if you guys are all here, I know that y'all are here, y'all are ready to be excited about this, but y'all haven't hit the subscribe button. That's really kind of confusing. Now, like button, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want. Tell me what your favorite part in Grownish is, or in all of the franchises such as Mixedish and Blackish. Tell me what y'all feel about those shows, if y'all think Grownish is better than this. Anyway, click and type in them comments. Now, with all that out the way, I say we go ahead and get into this video. Oh no, I messed up. But okay, first, as I'm looking for the video, I guess I could do that. As I'm looking for the video, Zoe has really been a butthole lately. So, I'm not trying to spoil or anything, but I'm just letting y'all know that Zoe is a big butthole. If y'all plan on watching the show, then yeah, be ready for that, because that is going to be doing that. But anyway, let's get into it. Oh yeah.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Bro, are you crazy?
Yes, everything, Aaron, there's something I haven't told you, came down to this moment.
All right, guys.
Here we go.
Zoe Johnson. Zoe Johnson?
Hold up. Okay, cause wait. I have no words. From what I'm seeing right now, this is gonna be the best season. Now, okay, they had a little below key. Season 2 has been the best season so far. I didn't enjoy Season 3 that much. It was mainly because there was a lot of drama that was unnecessary, and a little bit of unnecessary in this drama too, like in this Season 2. But from what I just saw, I am so ready. Like, it's just, we gotta watch that again. I mean, we have to. Like, let's look at it again.
My God, this is gonna be huge. After 4 long years of mind-blowing, life-changing ups and downs at Cal U, this
Oh my
is
God.
a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Bro, are you crazy?
Yes, everything, Aaron, there's something I haven't told you, came down to this moment.
All right, guys.
Here we go.
Zoe Johnson. Zoe Johnson?
Okay, that's it. But okay, all I gotta say is right now, from what I'm seeing, this is gonna be the best season. Just easily, it's gonna be the best season. Okay, so now, as I promised, I'm going to be talking about what we are going to expect as far as Grownish. Now, as far as from what y'all seen, there's nothing really to expect because the trailer's right there, duh. But what I actually meant to do was to analyze what happened in the past. And I'm not going all the way in the past because no, why would I do that? Like, I already did another video. I'll link it up and y'all can go watch that one to be caught up to Season 3. But right now I'm going to be explaining Season 4A and Season 4A only. Now, Season 3, it ended pretty weird. Like, I ain't gonna lie. It kind of had its weird moments, and at the same time, I had some good moments. Now, if y'all didn't know, just because of the recent pandemic outbreak, they had to wait a whole year to bring the whole other half of Season 3 back, which is why it was spread out. and that's why I took up most of the space. So instead, season 4A began in the summertime, which was, I think, July 8th, July somewhere. It was some time in July, I think July 8th. So in July 8th, the season, like the other half of the season, well, not even the other half, the beginning of the, jeez, I cannot speak. The beginning of the season aired. Okay, there we go. So the beginning of the season aired, and all we see is Zoe, and by the way, spoiler alert. So if y'all want to go watch the show for yourself, click about this video, because this video is not for you. But anyway, at the beginning of season 4, we see Aaron and Zoe being, you know, couples, like, you know, BFing GF. It's just, oh, it's so adorable. So Aaron decides to take Zoe out for this, like, you know, like this friends retreat where like all the college friends can get up together, take a break from school, take a break from anything in that matter. So when they get there, they realize that not everything is going to be as peachy as it seems, dealing with the drama that's already in there, which is from the previous seasons. Jesus, excuse my stutter, I'm going to be stuttering a lot lately. It's just I'm so excited. So due to the previous events in the past, especially with Jazz and Doug breaking up and Vivek getting arrested and breaking up with his girlfriend Heidi, and I think a lot of other things, especially with Ani and Javi's trust issues and the friend issues, it begins to not be as peachy, but Zoe still tries to bring the breast experience out. Jesus, I cannot speak, I'm so sorry. So when they're playing a simple fun game, argument tends to arise from the friend group, which involves with Zoe lashing out in anger and walking off. So when she walks off, her and Aaron decide to have a professional date where it's just the two of them without any of their friends, just basically couple things. So when they have those couple things, they went out to dinner, then they decided to go to this carnival. Aaron won Zoe this, well, actually he didn't want her anything. They were actually drunk, so they didn't really knew what they were doing at that moment. So when Aaron and Zoe, actually, you know what? Why am I keeping it PG? Let me get PG-13, you know. So Aaron and Zoe are drunk as hell, so they are like, they don't know what they're doing, but Zoe ends up stealing a unicorn as a petty death. And like they continue to get drunk, and they ended up walking into a wedding chapel drunk and getting married. But so as they figured out that they were married, and thus the ring on Aaron's finger, they decided to have sex on the beach, also known as having cake by the ocean. If you don't know that song, it's a great song. But anyway, they get caught, and not because of the sex on the beach, because no, why would you interrupt something like that? So they get arrested because Zoe stole a unicorn, but she didn't know that until she sobered up after the sex, after she was drunk. So when they both got arrested, they're both taken to the pound, they're both taken there, and so they're basically trying to figure a way out. Meanwhile, let's flash back a couple things. So when I say Ani and Javi, if you don't know who Javi is why did I say Ani? Anna. I'm so stupid. So anyway, Javi is Anna's boyfriend, which was basically confirmed in actually no, it was confirmed in season 3A. I'm so sorry if this is sounding so complicated, but it's just I have to explain it this way. So Anna and Javi, jeez, I can't get that stuck out of my head. It's because I've been watching 13 Reasons Why. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. So Anna and Javi have been having relationship issues, especially when he's been getting text from a contact named somebody. So Anna has discovered this furthermore in the 3rd season, but she decided to walk away from that suspicion because she knows that Javi would never cheat on her, and that's just how it is. So, but like she just can't help but feeling curious about these random text messages that show up on Javi's iPad. So when Javi goes into the shower, Anna decides to figure out his password and look through all his text messages, and then finds out that he has an STD, which from somebody, the contact. But we then realized that Javi had a sexual interaction that like basically gave him chlamydia before he went celibate. By the way, he is celibate, so, but he decided to, break those things with Anna, because Anna's holy too, and Javi is holy, so it's just, whew, Trinity. So anyway, Anna and Javi have a big argument about the whole chlamydia situation, which then it pans off from them to Zoe and Aaron. Jesus, I'm having a hard time. Actually, no, we're not going back to them yet, because we're going back to another thing. Since Doug and Jazz are broken up, Doug is just trying to find slip his way through the cracks, trying to get some females, trying to get some coochie to pop. So he's going around talking to these Spanish girls. But of course, she doesn't, not Spanish, Hispanic. I'm so sorry for that. I apologize. Don't cancel me. But anyway, he talks to these Hispanic girls who are going to a quinceañera. And so he decides to use his Spanish to get in with Luca. So Luca and him both have, girls. So it's just, that's another thing. So they go to this quinceañera, and Doug is having a fun time. He's like getting away back at things. He's trying to get him something. So that's how he has to do it. Meanwhile, Sky is all the way in. She's in something, because if you would have watched season 3, you would know that she won the track championships, but Jazz didn't, which is why she's held back, and she is there. So she's basically running, and Jazz is just stuck in the back. She'll be there soon, and she's working with this. Actually, I'm not gonna get into that one yet. That comes in later. So anyway, Sky is all the way in who knows where, and Jazz is just over there vacationing with her ex, so she's just trying to take her mind off things. So that's basically, now we get to pan back to Aaron and Zoe. So Aaron and Zoe are still in the police compound, but Aaron stupidly gets another charge because he tried to solicit an officer. So when those charges were put up again, Aaron begins to have a moment of realization where he feels like every time when him and Zoe are together, a lot of mayhem that doesn't deserve to happen happens. So he ends up blaming himself, but Zoe ends up blaming herself, and it's kind of a depressing moment, because it's just like the two main characters who you would think that would, stay happy together, like, they can't. So it's kind of emotional at that part. But then we didn't realize, after Zoe is taken for questioning, she ended up taking all the blame for the whole thing and ends up spending one night in jail, leaving Aaron to get off scot-free. So Aaron, being the loyal boyfriend he is, decides to wait outside until morning, where she ends up getting, she's getting released. So then they go back to the hotel like nothing happened, have a fun time, and Doug ends up getting, he ends up getting the girl, but then he ends up doing it. But Luca admits that he speaks very good Spanish, and he only did that just to help Doug give his spirits up. Now, they end up having a toast saying that this year is going to be the best year ever, even though Javi unfortunately left because of the whole argument with Aaron or Anna. Why am I mixing up the names? I haven't watched this show in so long. I'm so sorry. So when they all grow up together and realize nothing bad's going to happen, then there comes, I want to call it an episode, but you want to know what? Let's not call it an episode. Let's just progress in the story. So we kind of have, this is where the realism of the world starts to impact with the show, which is something that they love, or something that they're great at doing, especially Blackish. They are very, very amazing when it comes to this topic. So they decided to bring COVID in for the factors and the whole global pandemic, and they decided to fast forward a year later. So it's now present time. It's not back then when the whole thing happened, because mind you, the whole thing happened over the summer. So imagine how crazy the rest of the summer went, especially with the whole thing and the whole pandemic. Well, actually, now that I think about it, no, it wasn't this summer. It was... Yeah, it was. You know what I mean. So they have this whole thing where they're in a pandemic, and Zoe is trying to get this fashion internship, and, starting off a clean slate, making sure, because, mind you, back then, she was in her junior year, technically, because it was summertime. So she's trying to start this senior year with a clean slate, getting the internship, and wiping away any beefs that happen. So when she does that, she ends up realizing that Rochelle, Aaron's ex-girlfriend, is there, who has the power to just manipulate with her internship. knowing that she slept with Aaron while they were together, which, Zoe, that is very, very shady of you, very. So anyway, when that whole, basically, what do you call it? Confrontation. When that whole confrontation happens, Rochelle is just trying to forget it. She doesn't want to be reminded. She doesn't want Zoe's apology. She just wants to give Zoe what she needs and have her get the hell out. So that's basically how the conversation went. But Zoe can't help feeling bad. Which, Zoe, it was too late. You already smashed him. You might as well have him. Meanwhile, remember how I told you Vivek got arrested and lost Heidi? We're gonna get to that now, because this is the episode we're getting now. So Vivek is like basically going to court again after the whole incident, which he feels like he's gonna get off because he gets off every time, because like he's a drug dealer. He knows how things work. So when that whole thing happens, he just has constant faith and hope that, you know, everything's gonna suffice. And we are going to go back to that, but right now we're going to go back to Jazz. Now, Jazz, she is still running track and trying to get up to Sky's level, who is all the way out of town. So, like, Sky isn't even at her school right now. So, it's just her alone, basically just working by herself again. So, she's kind of struggling how to deal with track, and she's also meets one of her old friends, Dez, who, like, she thought was gay, but he's actually bisexual. Or pants. It's a very, very long spectrum. It's hard to keep up. I'm so sorry. So after Jazz tells Sky all of this, she says that she doesn't feel comfortable running track without her anymore and all the stressful things and stuff. So then Des gave her the bright idea that you should try mental health. That'll help you keep your scholarship, and at the same time, you don't have to run track. So she tried to do, because like that was a deal maker right there. So now we're going to go right back to Zoe about the whole Rochelle thing. So Zoe and Rochelle, they end up having a big argument as Zoe dumbly just brings up saying that I'm sorry I slept with Aaron. And Rochelle's pissed off already because she already knows the whole school knows, girl. Like stuff don't travel that slow. Like, you know that we're in a society where things just, one word can just travel over social media. You know that, right? So when Rochelle gets that, she gets angry at Zoe and just saying, you keep walking and shoving the same shame in my face. And I'm like, Zoe, exactly. So why would you do it? Like, there's no sugarcoating it. There's no need to apologize. You're just basically torturing her at this point. So Zoe ends up leaving knowing that she didn't start off with a clean slate. But you want to know what? It's whatever. Then Vivek receives a terrible phone call that the Cal U board wants to, after the whole court case apparently didn't go over well with him, especially the fact that he got arrested with a boatload of drugs, he ends up getting expelled. Now, well, technically not yet. That's what we're getting from this. So Vivek is over at the Cal U board trying to, he's trying to have them review his appeal of the situation, how to do this, how to do that, and how to get that working. Like, how to, work that charm, basically. Like when you're in a sticky situation and you're trying to work that charm off, you're trying to get up where you need to be. That's what he's trying to do. Now, sadly, this doesn't work out well for him because he actually ends up still getting expelled and his parents contacted. Now, his parents don't know that he's a drug dealer. So at this point, they're gonna be in shock because they're all like, oh no, my little baby, he's living a whole different life. Like, I don't know what to do. So it's just kind of like that. So he's kind of scared to tell them the truth. But as somebody starts to knock on the door, everybody's heart starts to drop and they realize what's about to happen. So when they open it up, it appears to be Zoe's dad, also known as Andre Johnson, or Dre, whatever y'all want to call him. So Dre from Blackish just has a full-on cameo and decides to yell and scream at Zoe and let out his true feelings about all the stuff that she's done, because he found out that there was a credit card charge for a wedding chapel in Mexico. So that means that she got married, but it was proved later, I forgot to mention this, their marriage wasn't legal. So they got off with, basically, they just got off. Like, there's no point. So, but then he decides to lash out on all the bad stuff that Zoe's did on a total, like, ever since she's been to college, which is actually a very real emotional moment that a lot of parents can live up to. A lot of parents just don't realize that kids make mistakes. So it's just, Zoe made a lot of mistakes, but no child's perfect. Like, everybody's good in their own way. And, you know, unlike those other kids, she's not lying about it either. She's actually being honest and realizing that, yeah, the stuff that I did was messed up, but I'm trying to better myself. But he ends up releasing this whole wall of shame on her, and she just runs off emotional. Meanwhile, Nomi is back at school, so she's back to taking care of her baby, which also, like, not need to mention because, well, I already explained it. Like, it's just in the past seasons. It's in the past seasons. So Nomi has a little baby named I low-key forgot her name, but it's okay. So she was parenting her kid all by herself again, because back when she was at COVID, she was only exposed to her family, which means her family helped her raise her little baby. So when she was back to doing it by herself again, she gets stressful, she gets emotional, and she couldn't even come to class just because she had to take care of her. So Anna ends up helping out, and that's pretty much the end of that. There's nothing really else to talk about in that situation. Let's get back to the more important things, such as Vivek and Zoe. So Vivek is constantly like contemplating, and he's stressing out about how his parents are going to feel about the situation that he got himself into. So he ends up going to Andre Johnson for advice. So he asked him how would it feel if you had to rebuild a relationship with your stranger child. And he gave an honest answer, and like, I don't know if I wanted to build my relationship with a stranger. But also, being honest is an adult move to go, and admitting what you did was wrong. So Vivek ends up taking that advice, and just like that, his parents arrive. So Vivek tells him everything. He doesn't sugarcoat everything. He lets him know every dirty detail about his drug dealing business. So when the parents figure out what's going on, he asks if he would want to rebuild the relationship. His mom came in with love and open arms, but his dad, not so much. It wasn't pretty. It really wasn't. So then we pan back to Zoe and, I keep forgetting their names. Zoe and Andre. So Zoe and Andre are having a father-daughter conversation where they rekindle, and they basically build their relationship back up to what it's supposed to be. So when we're back on there, that's pretty much it for the episode. I mean, there's nothing else except a very deep and emotional moment with, I think, I keep forgetting. Like, I don't know why. I'm so hung up on names today. Vivek, like, geez, Vivek on the couch. I'm sorry, it's so hard to recap all the things that happen because there's just so much that happens. So then we move on to the next episode where we meet. Who do we meet? Not that thing better. Oh, we meet Kendra, I think. Kendra is Luca's little sister. Not Kendra. I don't know what her name is. Y'all know what I mean. If y'all watch the show, y'all know what I mean. So, like, his little sister showed up. So it's just, well, like, not showed up. She enrolled. So she's basically in college with all of them now. But Doug is a senior and an RA, so he's basically in charge of everything. Aaron is just living. I don't know what he's doing, but he's just living. So Doug is the new RA, so he gives her kind of like a warning about smoking in here. Then they end up building like a relationship, like, smashing. So Doug and Kia are smashing. So Doug and Kia are smashing, and they, like, Luca doesn't know, and he doesn't want them to know. But anyway, so we go back to, I think, the episode after that, and this is like a Black Lives Matter episode. Y'all already know what happens. They were fighting for their rights, all that juicy and stuff. But y'all already know how the episode goes. Like, they fight for their rights. They won. In their hearts, they won. But yeah, But there was also a part where Nomi was being kind of less minded and not very open to race and how black people experience these things. So it's just a lot right now. So then we move over to, I think, a couple episodes more, and Zoe ends up getting this fashion internship, right? But she makes this amazing piece of art, like amazing piece of fashion even. Like she low-key she did that, like she ate that up, right? Well, her boss decided it would be a good idea to take credit for her work, which, why would you do that? Don't fake it. Don't. Because, so Zoe is like, no, but like low-key she proved it. Like, it's very real that that's her piece. Like, that's her art. So she's trying to figure out a way how to, get her credit, but at the same time not lose her internship because she still needs that. So she's thinking of a way, but then as she goes to confront her, she sees that, oh, it's just another black woman at work. I mean, I don't want to take another black woman at work because what kind of person does that make me? Luca had a different mindset. Now, Luca decides to go on Twitter and basically tweet that Zoe's boss stole her stuff, even though Zoe didn't give him no permission to do that, which is really, really annoying of him. So when Luca ends up doing that, he ends up pissing Aaron off too, even though it's none of Aaron's business, as Zoe told him many times, which is something that we begin to see a lot of now. We see that Aaron is a little more territorial when it comes to Zoe, and it's very ugly to look at. I ain't gonna lie, it's very ugly. So when Aaron and Luca almost get into an altercation, Zoe ends up getting mad at him and just basically, well, not getting mad at him. He basically just ends up he basically just ends up going back and forth with him, and Luca is just sitting there unbothered. So it's whatever. So when Zoe ends up actually confronting about the situation, she ends up getting the credit, but also she ends up taking it down and getting fired. So she has to figure out a way to make up those credits, because if she doesn't get those credits soon, she's not going to graduate. So I think further in the episode, we begin to see that, oh, Zoe's mad at Aaron because of the way that he's acting towards her, and how, like, she could fight her own battles and she don't need him to protect him and stuff. And she was really mad about that. I don't know why. By the way, Aaron's a teacher. Who would have expected that? Now, Aaron's a teacher. He teaches one of the Cal U students, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of hard to, I don't know. So he ends up teaching the Cal U students, and Zoe's just there chilling, and they basically make up. Then he's trying to figure out a way to help Zoe graduate, so that way she doesn't have to do all this extra stuff. So he's over here just trying to talk it down with Charlie, who's the dean of the college. Y'all already know this if y'all watch the show. Now, he's trying to talk them to a certain point, so that way, like, oh, his girlfriend can graduate. Yeah, that's how it is. So when he did that, Zoe wasn't too appreciative of it, because like she thought that like she could handle everything herself, which is why she went to Luca and asked him for an internship job, which upset Aaron after he went through all this work just for nothing. So when they did that, Aaron just storms off. And so let's go back to Jazz in this situation. So Jazz and Des are low-key, they're kind of going hand in hand. They're starting to date. They're starting to, being like the label. But Des can't help but feeling feminine on his bi side or pansexual side. Anyway, he can't help but feeling feminine. So he pulls up to the date in a skirt, which, you are a whole man. Like, you're a whole nigga in a dress. Like, how can you live with yourself? Like, literally how? So when we start to see that, Jazz ends up just walking off and finds out that Doug and Key are kissing, or like Doug and Key are dating, because she saw them kissing. So she walks off, and Zoe goes home and she sees that Aaron did this whole thing to surprise her, saying that you don't have to worry about the internship. Did this whole thing to surprise her, all for her just to take an internship job with Luca. Now this is where she started to piss me off, because it's just like, how can you do that? Like, this boy basically risked everything for you, and you're just gonna do something selfish like that. Like, that's disgusting. So now y'all are all caught up on what's happening in season 4. Jesus, that was a mouthful. And all of that in just 9 episodes. That's crazy. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Also share and also subscribe for more content. I will be posting more often on this, especially reaction videos. And you're not gonna want to miss an upload. Because yeah, bangers are coming. Bangers are coming. So after that, I just wanted to say I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.